The event itself is very straightforward. Ian interviews me for the first half, and then there's an interval in which people buy drinks and sign books. I sign books. And then in the second half, it's solely down to the audience.
If they don't ask any questions, we go home early. But it's never happened yet. I mean, the important thing to remember about these shows is people don't know what to expect when they come. I think a lot of people probably expect an hour of serious political discussion, and we do talk about politics, but there's a lot more to it than that. And we believe it or not, we do a bit of slapstick humour at the beginning, just to sort of say to people, you can laugh if you want to. And I think it's quite important to set it up like that.
And the audiences vary. I mean, sometimes they will ask only about politics, sometimes they won't even touch politics, sometimes they're interested in the books, sometimes, in fact quite often they're interested in the television work. And then I get questions about my cats, you know, it can be about anything.
I even get the odd question. Actually, not lately, but I have done.
So what sort of things do you cover in the first half?
Early life, going into politics, or Oxford, early life, then university, then going into politics, then election campaigns. We vary, it depends what's in the news. If there's something very big in the news, sometimes we'll even start with that.
And I mean, people, I think when someone goes to something like this, they're clearly coming because they want to know more about Anne. They've seen her on television, they've heard her make political speeches, or whatever. So you're always trying to give the audience something that they're not going to get, maybe from a Piers Morgan interview or something like that. It's got to be quite deeply personal. We've done quite a few of these shows, but every single one is different, particularly the second half, because you just don't know what the audience are going to ask.
We've only ever once had anybody get angry in the audience. I forget where it was now, but he walked out.
It was in Chelmsford, my home county. I was ashamed.
Well, it was Essex, wasn't it?
Do people ever feel difficult questions?
Oh yes, I was once asked why ever anybody would have an affair with John Prescott, and I still don't know the answer to that question.
Nor do I, by the way.
When you're up there, you come up with all sorts of clever stuff.
Well,
forget the friend.
I don't know about clever, but I don't believe that you get a lot out of people by just haranguing them. I mean, the John Humphrys style of interviewing, I just think doesn't work, particularly in this kind of scenario. So, okay, sometimes I might press her on something and she'll still refuse to answer. It's really not worth bothering. But I just think you get more out of people if you just let them talk. If you let somebody talk, they're probably going to say something interesting at some point, and if they don't, well, then you interrupt and ask another question. We like to finish on a high note.
Yes, I have a poem that's on my website, The Woody Web, and this poem is so literary and so outstanding that the then poet laureate commented on it. Andrew Motion actually commented on it, and the poem is...
No, you can't say, because then we can't do it anymore.
And I can't say it because then we can't do it.
We'll save it for later.